How's it going, Pisces community? Soul Tigers here with a special story for this wonderful frequency. So far I'm picking up, tired from the stress of not knowing what to do. People around don't know it, but you are being pulled into two different directions, Pisces. Not knowing what to choose. On one side, you have your routine of comfort, and on the other side, something new, something different. Building confidence is the key to figuring out which choice to make, Pisces. Oh my goodness gracious. Something that you're confused on has to deal, or not confused on, you're at odds ends with, it has to do with the attachments. Maybe to specific things, maybe to specific comfort. But something that's at the forefront of this and that you're confused on is how to be progressive, how to see the progression of the other choice, whatever the new is, whatever the different is. It's hard for you to see that it's going to be stable, that it's something that's going to be long lasting. Ooh. Let's keep going, Pisces. Something else we're confused on is the 7th chakra archangel, Uriel. You're confused on your own inner wisdom, the spiritual connection, and that's the very thing that's pulling at you within. You are a very gifted person when it comes to having a special attunement to guiding energies, to higher up kind of frequencies, but you deny this at times. You deny this, and it could be that you feel like this is really like just your imagination at play. Something else that's hard to think about, that's very confusing, is the action that's needed, balancing out the action that's needed. Sometimes we think that we have to be pushed so far in order to finally say enough is enough, almost being pushed to our breaking points. You don't have to be pushed that far. You really don't. Something else we're not seeing and that you're at odds ends with is how to open up the gate and give yourself permission to walk away. Not just walk away, but walk into whatever this new direction is. I'm hearing to say a new beginning type of thing. A beginning that's been guided to you, because look at how much of this light is around this person. We can, and what I'm hearing to say is we can find our own heavens here upon this earth and the very places that we dwell. And those type of heavens could be even having a balanced home, having a balanced work life, finding these places where they value you. And what they bring in is higher up energy instead of staying in the murks of trying to do the least they can to make things happen. Again, being able to give yourself permission to go to a place that holds accountability for what it brings in, for what it represents. Something here you're confused on is how to appreciate what has happened, what is happening, or even where you're at. Oh, that can be hard when we're in the murks of things. But you know, appreciation can be one of the biggest medicines out there. Appreciating that, you know what, maybe I'm outgrowing something. Maybe it's this fact that where I'm at doesn't resonate with me anymore. And the fact that you are able to pick up your head and to attune into those guiding messages of where you are meant to be, where you are meant to go, opposed to being hard on yourself for where you're at. It's hard. It is hard to see the light when you're stuck in the dark, but appreciation is one of those things. Holding gratitude is one of those things. A lot of times we think we have to stick things out till the wheels fall off and then some, but sometimes we're basically tying ourselves up to those things, waiting for those things to release us, opposed to us releasing ourselves. Oh my goodness, is this type of situation where you're depending on somebody to sit here and say enough is enough, even though you're at that point? That could be something right there. Like mentioned before, with this action, it doesn't have to be erratic. It doesn't have to be action that brings in more chaos. This is something that you can practice patience with, and you can move with patience as you create this action, instead of letting all the things that are irritating you, that are attaching or have been attached to you, or things that you are attached to, and finally blowing your top and going. No, really sit with yourself. Really fill out what's happening here, and then moving from there. And Buddhist beliefs, you practice patience for clarity. Oh my goodness. Thank you, ancestors, for that introduction. All right, let's keep diving. What needs to come out for this present, spirit guides? What is it? How to reach, how to speak, how to think differently. Maybe I have a Pisces here who feels like it's too late. It's never too late. Every day that you wake up, you are given a chance to try again. It's a blessing. It is a blessing. You're not meant to just wake up and to be tortured for the rest of your life. And something that's hard that you need to practice patience on is taking that leap of faith. This is something I wanted to write down in the vibe when I was picking it up. But the leap of faith is something here that you don't have faith in. And this is something that you should practice patience about. Maybe also seeing the other side of the coin is, if you take this leap of faith, what attachments are you going to release yourself from? Definitely things that have been blocking you, or you've been blocking yourself. All these things that you have been blocking, or you've been blocking yourself, it isn't somewhere that's really comfortable. There's definitely something here. Something here, I'm hearing to say, with another. This other. You're really waiting for this other to bring in some type of offerings, whether it's a person, place, or thing. But whoever this other is, it really makes you feel emotionally depleted. Let's see what we have here. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, and let's keep going. Queen of Pentacles to the Hierophant. The traditions here that are happening are not really working for you. But the whole thing is, that's holding you up is wanting to have the successful outcome. Waiting for the potential of something that you see so much potential in to come out. But at the same time, what you are hoping will happen is with somebody who isn't higher up in spirituality. Somebody who can only gauge you through material goods. And see, this isn't satisfying to you anymore, because there's something here that you need more emotionally. It could be higher stability, more stability, I should say. Maybe recognizing that you are just as important, that you matter, how you feel matters, what you bring in matters as well, type of thing. But it's hard because you're so bound up always having to keep things within, always having to deal with things just by yourself, juggling so much between how you really feel and how you think you should feel, I would say, because of these emotions. And then with the coins too, that talks about stability for me. And then we have this King of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles and we have the King of Pentacles, but both of them, if we see where this Queen's at, here's our Queen, here's our Queen here, here's our King. Both of them are facing in opposite directions. Both of them, what I'm hearing to say and what I seen when I was first dialing in is that right now, whatever it is with the person, place, or thing, it's a big stalemate that's happening here. I think you've two, whatever this is, have run the course. Not only have you run the course this time, you've run the course multiple times, and everything always has the same outcome, but you're stuck here because you have this potential of this being a really, really, really good match. Both of you like the finer things in life, I would say. Both of you can appreciate the finer things in life. And I think that's maybe one area that you two were able to satisfy each other in. But when it comes to emotional satisfaction, when it comes to the intellectual satisfaction, when it comes to this person even being, or this place being inspiring for you to do more, it's not here. It's a lot of taking, and it's not a very higher vibration type of energy here with this white Newman in reverse. The whole thing is if I look at it, what I see is like a floor in a home with lots of holes in it. If you misstep, you're gonna fall down the chutes of the negative energy that has been, what I'm seeing is like circling this home with whatever it is. And maybe we got so used to giving ourselves, each other, just between the material goods, but we weren't giving to ourselves or to each other and other aspects that we need. Ooh, that's a hard one. That is a hard one. Sometimes people just kind of rely on what they were successful in to be the one thing that kind of creates all the success in all of their lives. What I mean is, I was talking to my son about going viral, and he was telling me that sometimes people go viral just off of the one video. If you think about certain people who have went viral just off of one video, they stay repetitively representing that video in all other videos that they do, or whatever kind of uploads, because that's where they found their success. This is kind of like that person putting that kind of success in every other aspect of their life, even if it's business, but it's not working. It's not working for you specifically, because again, this takes from you emotionally. This person, maybe they're a big deal. Usually the Six of Wands has a lot of followers behind them, so a lot of eyes are on this person. And a lot of times we deem our success even with who we partner with, what business they partner with, and sometimes that person's not that evolved, that business is not that evolved, and what I'm hearing to say, it looks good on the outside, but on the inside, it's something different. It's broken. Lots of things are broken. It's unstable. You never know where you're going to trip and fall with this one, down one of their rabbit holes of their dark energy, I would say. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's call in our angels of protection. Angels of protection, please help guide us and keep us safe as we navigate the block here. Yeah, with whoever, whatever this business, place, person is, this is your catalyst. This is your rude awakening. This is the one who's gonna spark some things in you and make you question things within yourself when it comes to how you view things, but also how people are viewing and treating you. And where I get this from is from the Death card. Death card, Scorpio energy, talking about our transformations through relationships. This person, like I said, they're your catalyst. Whatever this person, place, and or thing is, they're going to teach you how to stand up for yourself. They're going to teach you how to stand strong in your boundaries. But they're also going to teach you the valuable lesson of when you recognize what you deserve, what you don't deserve, and being able to take your leaps of faith after that. Oh, wow. That's a lot going on. So here in the midst of things, let's see what's going on. Yeah, this has to do with the partnerships because this is the Lovers right here. You have the Lovers to the Eight of Pentacles. And then to the Three of Wands. You definitely can build. You definitely can build with this person. But when it comes to you really feeling solid with them, feeling solid that they're going to be there, they're going to be there when you need them to be there. And with businesses, there's times where we go through things as employees and we really need our employer to be there to understand. And even if this is with a partner, you can build with them. You can know that they're going to show up, but they only show up to a certain level. And it's never feeling like it's really guaranteed in life. We have Four of Cups 2 times. You're waiting. I don't know if you're waiting for them to really validate your value, because we went from the High Priestess to the Empress. To validate your value, how you hold things down, how you want to be this nurturing person, how you need to be emotionally fed a little bit more, how you have great ideas. Great ideas, but these ideas are hard to bring out with this person. This person doesn't listen to your ideas. And for some reason, they could look at you as you're a little high-strung. Maybe they're trying to say that you could be nagging. You always have something to say about something. That's the way they make you feel. Instead of making your opinions, your views feel welcome, they make your views feel as if they could be unwelcome. Maybe they make you feel like you're childish at times. Or maybe they just make you feel like you are, what is it? You don't have the right mindset, in a sense, to give them advice. Ooh. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles. To this page. Yes, you know you can build with them, but at the same time, you know these foundations aren't stable. You know that, I don't know, I'm seeing that you have to skip steps with this person, or maybe steps were skipped when it came to this business. There is something here about skipping steps, and now the foundations are very, very faulty. Because your Seven of Pentacles talks about building things. Your Eight of Pentacles talks about starting to reap the fruits of what you're building. But here, for some reason, they don't let you help them. They don't let you have an opinion in what they're doing. It's kind of like it's all them. They have to do it. Maybe this is a person who needs to have all the credit. Maybe this is a person, place, or thing that has to have others think that they're doing it all on their own type of thing, and that it's all them, opposed to another. Maybe this is a person, place, or thing, that doesn't know how to accept a partnership. There are some people who are not team players naturally. And they have this view, and they will run businesses like that it's just my way or the highway type of thing. And everybody else needs to go along because of what position you play. If they feel like it's not good enough, then they say your opinion doesn't matter. What you bring in doesn't matter. You don't know enough. You're not there enough. You're not doing what I'm doing. So it doesn't matter. Oh my goodness. So this person, place, and or thing has slowly kind of like been belittling you for the longest time with this, it doesn't matter. What you say doesn't matter. Never really sitting down and kind of listening to you. And this is something that really, really hurts, and it makes you feel like a less person emotionally. And maybe you're waiting for them to wake up and to see you, to validate you, especially about how you feel about things. Don't hold your breath, Pisces. Do not hold your breath, because you are the only one who can do that. This person will stay telling you who you are to them, what your positions to play or you're supposed to be playing. And they will keep you there as long as you will stay there. Keep that in mind, because we teach people how to treat us. And maybe this is the steps that were skipped at the beginning, is you held back when it came to telling this person, hey, I don't like this, telling this place, I don't appreciate that. And because you held back those steps of them learning how to treat you, now they just feel like, hey, well, I don't gotta listen to you, never really said anything before, so I'm gonna walk all over you type of thing. Ooh, be careful, be careful, be careful. All right, so I have this new oracle deck. It's called the Rebel? Yeah. And yeah, Rebel deck, the Oracle with Attitude. So there are some cuss words in here, so I may not be able to show all the cards, but I like the way that it bluntly puts things out. So let's go ahead and call in Divine and universal energy. What are the positive messages here that you have for the Pisces community? I'm hearing that you need to be up on their tricks. If they're trying to trick you, they're trying to lead you on, they're trying to play a game, this is the time to stop. This is the time to stop, hit the brakes, and show them that this isn't okay anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm going to enter a new phase. And this new phase is where I validate myself, where I also protect myself from people trying to diminish me. That's the word I'm looking for. All right, so starting with this, especially when it comes to you not knowing what to do, it's time to move on. It says move the bleep on, but it's time to move on. It is time to move on when it comes to your perspective in your mind. When it comes to intellectually how you're thinking about this situation, it's time to move forward. It's time to move on. It's time to get that progressive view. Then I have this. Shut your mouth and listen. Listen to these guiding messages. You need to really fill out in your emotions with this Ace of Cups right here. Four of Cups. Your guides are giving you this guidance, but it may take you stepping back, really feeling how you feel to fill out their guidance. Drop the ego. That's another thing right there. You got to drop the ego, especially if you're going to walk away to untie yourself to get you to somewhere new. You are talented and freaking amazing. This tells me you have wonderful ideas. You have wonderful things that you want to bring into play. Do not let somebody hold you back because they can't think of this stuff, because they can't see from your perspective. They don't realize that being able to have somebody else give them their perspective is a privilege, is a blessing. Don't forget that. Something else you're at odds ends with is you are giving your power away. Every time you let them diminish you, every time you let them ignore you, every time that you absorb the things that they say about you, you are giving your power away. Doesn't mean you have to react, but you need to get in touch with that higher spiritual connection, that unity of consciousness, that inner wisdom, to be able to tune into your guiding messages as well. All right, so a few other things is you are being an ass because you are tired. Face to pillow, face to pillow. You need rest. You could be staying up at night overthinking this, overthinking what this person, place, and or thing is doing when you're not there. You need to find time to put this to rest. You need to find time to take care of yourself. That is okay. And then wake up. You are missing some cool shit. Do not stay asleep. Do not put your dreams to sleep because of somebody's opinion. I'll tell you that. Go see some shit. Do something new. Or wait, go see some shit. Do some new things. Talk to people cooler than you. Those people, the places, the things that inspire us. Get out. Start to explore. Start to talk to the world in a sense and see how the world will not shut you down like this person shuts you down. Share your ideas. Share your dreams. Share your goals. Find other people to talk to about it, because Pisces, I think in your last story we talked about how you were stuck in an environment that was pretty toxic. Now this is saying you need to get out there. You need to make some moves. You need to go talk to people. See other people's views, but also see how other people receive you. Alright, last two cards here is don't take 12. Take 1. Okay, maybe 2. And then move on. Take a minute. Take 2 minutes if you need a break. Take a day if you need a break. Remember, you can go do something new. Meet new people on those days that you're taking a break. Get out. Get out. You might find something that you've been looking for. Your body is pissed at you. It needs you. It needs you to take care of it. It needs you to recognize how important you are. Remember, food will help ground us out when it comes to our physical being. Water is going to help ground out our emotional being. And breathing exercises is going to help ground out our mental being. Prayer will help ground out our spiritual being. Oh my goodness. You got to take care of yourself, because what I tell my clients is through small acts of self-care is how we combat stress. So right here, you're being faced with a decision. Can you have the faith? Have the faith in being able to take that leap. That leap that's going to have you practice patience for those newer outcomes, but also practice higher up beliefs, higher up communication, really having that unity of consciousness to understand that we're stuck in a place that has been attaching negativity towards us, to us kind of thing. and that is tied us up. It has tied us up in a partnership with people, places, and or things where we have been stuck waiting for this potential happen. But the potential never really happens the way that we hope, the way that we were wishing things to be built. Everything always ends up the same, out of balance and you being hard on yourself. It's time for you to rise up, to see who you are, to see what you offer, to see the amazing things that you want to work towards. But first, we have to recognize that who we've been following, where we've been thinking it's supposed to be ideal, is the catalyst to our transformation, awakening to us understanding what it is that we want, what it is that we may need to get us to what we're dreaming about. Ooh-wee. But first, we have to let go of the ego. Because sometimes we get upset that starting over, we think it as failing instead of seeing it as a new beginning. How can we do this and switch the view from us feeling like we didn't succeed to us saying, hey, we reached the limit of where we're at now. Now we have outgrown this place and it's time for us to move forward. Oh, I really, really like the story, Pisces. Thank you so much for sharing your time, your energy, and your patience with me as I navigated this story. Now, don't forget to thank your angels, ancestors, and spirit guides for coming on in and helping out. And as always, I hope that you have a most wonderful rest of your day.